So next is Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Get ready for some freaking loud singing from the crowd here, because that's exactly what I was expecting. Seth Rollins is like really over, with his theme and all that stuff. So Logan's a great heel. I'm not a fan of like his social media stuff or his past stuff. He comes off kind of arrogant, a little immature and whatnot. You can definitely tell he kind of like does things for himself. I don't know. He's freaking talented. Don't get me wrong. Especially in the ring, he does a lot of cool stuff. But as a person, I'm just not a huge fan. But hey, let's see what happens here, right? They show a video package, and it's all the times Logan basically screwed over Seth. The Royal Rumble, remember, he threw him out. He screwed him out of the Elimination Chamber, and even cheap shotted him twice with some sucker punches the past few weeks on Raw. So Seth has to get his revenge here, right? I mean, he's got to. Anyway, out first is Logan Paul, and he's on a zip line. It kind of reminds me of Shawn Michaels, if you guys remember that at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels came down the freaking zip line. It was like a huge freaking moment. They use it in highlights all the time. But Logan Paul's zip line, I don't know why. I don't know what it was. Maybe it wasn't high enough or something, but it just kind of underwhelming. He came down, he hits the ramp, and it's like the crowd had no response to that. I was kind of surprised. Then we get this guy in a mascot outfit. It's kind of like a prime drink, whatever. Something, it's like an energy drink, I guess. Something that Logan Paul's been pushing. And he comes out in this mascot outfit, and that's basically what he is. He's like a bottle, and it just says Prime on it, but I don't know. He's basically just promoting his drink, while he's coming down to the ramp and whatnot. But anyway, the mascot actually comes down to the ring with them, so we know that's probably going to have something to do with the match. Either the mascot's going to get, thrown out of the freaking ring or beat up, or who the freak knows. But just pretty dumb, to be honest. His intro was pretty bad. I think they thought it was a better idea than what it was. But again, the zipline thing was just really weird. I don't know why. Crowd booing Logan Paul. No surprise there. They never seem to get behind him. Even when he does like the crazy moves and the big moments, they just don't really care for Logan Paul. I mean, it is what it is. Which is why I'm glad they didn't try to like keep pushing him as a face. Because remember, he fought Roman Reigns and stuff. So keeping him a heel is like the best thing they could have done. That's just how he is. He's a good heel. Then on the stage, we get a freaking conductor. He comes out, and he's like trying to get the crowd to like do Seth Rollins' theme, but they're also playing like crowd noise in the background to like get the crowd to do it, and it was just freaking weird. He was trying to get the fans to do it, but like they weren't loud enough, so they kept like phoning in the whole crowd noise in the background to just make it loud again. I don't know. It was just something that they probably should have thought about, but it's such a big arena that, of course, if you get everybody doing it, you're going to get a loud response, but it just wasn't very loud when he started doing it. So anyway, they start phoning in like the crowd, whatever, and then Seth comes out. He's wearing this weird freaking red attire. It looks like a freaking like comforter off of a bed or something. I really don't understand like who the freak like tells Seth Rollins to wear this stuff. It just looks so freaking bad. And sometimes it just like, I don't know. It just looks like he doesn't know exactly what he should wear, so someone like just says, hey, put this on, and he just puts on some random getup or something. It's just really freaking bad. And again, I don't know who tells him to wear this stuff. It just, maybe he just decides to wear it and no one has the balls to like go up to him and be like, dude, you look kind of freaking stupid, It is what it is. He takes off this comforter looking thing, and then he has some weird red and pink Shawn Michaels getup going on here. I mean, again, it's hard to take Rollins seriously with all these like weird attires and stuff. It's almost like that's how he's trying to get over, is by being so like crazy and radical with like these attires and these designs and all this, but it just comes off looking pretty bad. I mean, in my opinion. Crowd singing his theme as Rollins enters the ring. Logan's in the corner. He's like yawning, like he doesn't really care about any of this. Seth's big entrance and stuff. But the crowd continues singing. Rollins just soaks it in, sits in the ring for like 30 seconds, minute, whatever the hell it is, and he's just soaking in the crowd. So the bell rings. Corey Graves is talking about Rollins and his drip game and all this stuff, and I just keep thinking back to when Rollins was talking about Monday Night Raw, a couple weeks ago or whatever, and he was telling Mustafa Ali, like, I got to get you my guy because, you got to work on your drip game. But that guy should be fired. Rollins looks like a joke sometimes. God. Anyway, the bell rings and Rollins and Logan actually lock up, and Seth overpowers him pretty quickly. Rollins with the headlock, and Logan reverses and gets a headlock in as well. So both guys hit the ropes, and Rollins with the shoulder tackle. So now Logan's kind of frustrated because, he thought he had this in the bag, and now he's getting, shoulder tackled and knocked to the ground pretty easily, actually. So he gets Logan down, and he goes for a curb stomp, and Logan moves out of the way. So it was a close one. Logan's like, all right. So Logan ends up throwing Rollins out of the ring, and he's like, that's twice I've thrown you out, referring to the Royal Rumble, because he did eliminate him. He starts to mock Rollins, and Rollins comes in and starts beating Logan down. Rollins has Logan on the apron, and Logan actually ends up choking Rollins on the ropes, though. So, Logan, again, I always say it, he's super athletic. In this move, his springboard clothesline, he hits it on freaking Rollins here, and, I freaking love that move. He hits it pretty clean, and he makes things look really easy. That's what I would say about Logan Paul. When he hits his moves, it looks really easy, so I do like that. Logan Paul with a bunch of freaking body shots. And, Michael Cole reminds us that Logan has a freaking, metal, plate or something in his hand. So, every time he punches, he's dangerous with his hands, is what he's saying. It is what it is. But Logan with the springboard crossbody for a 2 count. Then hits a standing moonsault, and he gets another 2 count. The fans, a little bit, is really paying attention to the crowd reaction for this show. The fans, as Logan's doing this stuff, are a little dead for this match. I was surprised. Some were trying to get a Rollins theme going, when they start singing and stuff, but it just never really got going. Logan hits a Russian leg sweep and then an octopus submission. And, I don't see a lot of Russian leg sweeps either, so that was kind of nice. Rollins is in trouble. I mean, he's been getting beaten down for a while. Logan totally dominated in this match. And then, this is something I didn't like. Logan has Rollins in the octopus stretch submission, and Rollins just starts slapping his chest. And at first I'm like, all right, he's just trying to get out of the move. But then he just keeps slapping his chest, and I'm just thinking, really? The guy's face is right next to your face, and you're going to slap his chest? I mean, I was expecting some punches or just slap him in the face or something, but he just kept slapping him in the chest. It looked really awful. I don't know. Anyway, gut wrench slam from Logan. He gets another 2 count. Logan with a ground and pound, and the freaking crowd is booing heavy. So now the crowd's starting to get into this thing because Logan's been controlling too much of the match, right? So Logan goes up top with the box jump, and that was pretty sweet. He basically just scaled the ropes super easy. He does a moonsault. Rollins moves out of the way, and Logan just crash and burns. So now Rollins, with some right hands, and he's starting to come back in this match. Rollins starting to get some momentum here, finally. He throws Logan over the top rope, and, getting a little bit of revenge there because, Logan's been throwing Rollins over the top rope, and Rollins is like, all right, well, I guess I'll do it to you too. So crowd's super hot now, and now they're starting to sing Rollins' music. So Rollins soaking it in. He gets a suicide dive on Logan, and he's like, heck, let's do it again. Hits another suicide dive, and he's like, heck, let's do it again. So he hits 3 suicide dives on Logan Paul, and the crowd is loving it. Logan is on the ground next to the freaking mascot guy that he brought out. Logan has his hands over on the ring steps, and Rollins walks over and just stomps on his freaking hand. I thought that was pretty cool. Logan, selling the hand, he goes into the ring, and Rollins goes for the freaking pedigree, and Logan actually reverses and gets out. So we get a bunch of freaking roll-up pins after that, and then Logan gets up, and he hits a knockout punch. Rollins is down. But the problem is that Rollins just stepped on freaking Logan's hand earlier on the ring steps. So Logan is actually selling his hand. So he doesn't make the pin right away. But then when he goes to make the pin, he gets the 1, he gets the 2, and Rollins freaking kicks out last second. Logan Paul just took too long, selling the hand and whatnot. But Logan, super frustrated now. He thought that was the end of the match. He hit his knockout punch. So, he definitely thought it was over. He goes over to the corner, and he goes for the freaking curb stomp, but Rollins actually catches him and hits a sit-out powerbomb and gets a 2 count. Rollins gets up first, goes to attack, but the mascot on the outside actually grabs Seth Rollins and Oh no, he grabs Logan Paul and he pulled him out of the way. So Seth Rollins like misses the move, right? And then the mascot reveals himself, and it's KSI. Now, I don't really know who this guy is. I know he's a YouTube guy, but like, geesh, WWE, like, at least like give us some kind of hint, like they're friends or some kind of video package to where we kind of at least know who this guy is. I mean, they just like introduced him to like the WWE crowd, like we're supposed to know exactly who he is. And I mean, he got somewhat of a response, but you could tell there was people in the crowd. They're like, "Who the hell is that guy?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just kind of like set it up or prop it up. Like, freaking Logan Paul was on Raw not that long ago with his dad and like those camera people. You could have KSI in there and at least explain that he's a YouTuber or something. Anything. I don't know. They could have hinted at that a little bit better, but anyway, Logan gets Rollins on the announcer's table, and Logan goes up to the freaking top rope. And we've seen this before where he does the frog splash and stuff. So he goes to do the frog splash, and at the same time he jumps in the air, Rollins grabs the mascot, KSI, puts him on the freaking table, and Logan just smashes KSI and breaks the table. So Logan just hit his freaking friend, like right through the table. That was great. So Rollins gets Logan Paul back in the ring. He hits the pedigree. He goes for the pin, but Logan actually kicks out. And then we get some fans, singing again for the freaking Rollins theme. And then the whole freaking crowd starts getting in on it. So Rollins with a back elbow, a back fist to the head. Logan is down. Rollins goes for the curb stomp again, and this time Logan catches him and hits a freaking GTS. Man, did not expect that one. I don't think we've seen it go to sleep in WWE for quite a while, right? I think the last time might have been Kenta when he was in NXT. Anyway, Logan goes up to the top, hits a nice freaking frog splash. 1, 2, no. Kick out by freaking Rollins last second. Logan with some stomps in the corner. Logan Paul goes to the other turnbuckle and hits a freaking coast to coast. But Rollins actually gets up and nails a super kick as freaking Logan jumps in the air. That was pretty cool. So Logan's down. Rollins hits the curb stomp and he gets the 3 count. Well, freaking not bad, guys. Crowd super freaking hot. They pop. Rollins wins, gets that payback. Good match. Logan, again, great freaking athlete. And he put on a good match here. They both did. And, again, a lot of my problems with Logan Paul is just his personal stuff. I think his social media stuff's kind of stupid. Like, I don't really follow it. And the stuff I do follow, I don't really care for. It just is what it is. Rollins won, which was like the right move, obviously. He has taken a lot of losses as of late. And remember, he went through that feud with Cody not that long ago, and he lost like 3 matches against him. And then he lost at the Rumble. He lost at Elimination Chamber. So he really needed this win, and I was kind of glad he got the win here. The crowd freaking loved it, and Rollins is super huge with the crowd. I mean, even though I don't really care for his like stupid attires and stuff, you gotta admit, like, he's super freaking popular with the crowd. Really hope Rollins does do something different here now that Mania is over with. Maybe a character change, or we get the guy, back in the main event scene, something. Again, it's really hard to take him seriously, but if we can, like, I don't know, bring the old Seth Rollins back from the Authority, just give him a little bit more attitude, some more serious promos and stuff, I think he would do just fine. And that kind of takes me back to when he was feuding with Matt Riddle. They were having like those back and forth promos, and you could tell Rollins was like being serious and like really into it. And that was the first time in a long time I actually thought Rollins was like a main event guy. Like I could take him seriously. He looked like a threat. And then it's just like when he does this joking stuff and whatnot, it's kind of hard to see him as a threat. It's too much comedy aspect to his character. So it is what it is. I like the freaking match. Seth Rollins won again. Right move. Yeah, so not bad. First 3 matches on the card so far, pretty good.